All right, Ryan. Ryan,
Hey,
we got $10,000, but we got rules.
$10,000.
But we can't split it down the middle. Not 50-50, at least.
Not
So
50-50. I mean,
no, uh-huh.
you
Go
got any
ahead.
ideas?
Well, I mean, not entirely. I mean, it'd be really generous of you if you gave me the whole 10, but I mean, it's important you always feel like you're being treated fairly. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so so as we move along, if at any point you feel like you're being treated unfairly, let me know so we can back things up to where that unfairness began. I mean, definitely seems a little unreasonable if I was to ask for the whole $10,000.
Yeah. I think that we're agreed on that for sure. Um,
Yeah.
I got a proposal.
Okay, let's hear it.
51 for you, 49 for me. Shake hands and go on our merry way.
I think we can do better. I think we can do bad. I like it. I like it. It's not that bad, but
Hmm.
I think we can do better. I mean, if we go just by rules, we can't split 50-50, but we can get pretty close to 50-50. So that is like I don't know.
You
What
know,
what
a wise man once said to me that the only thing worse than a bad deal is no deal. And anything less than 49.51, it's a bad deal. So
the only thing worse than a bad deal is no deal? I
no, it's the other
mean,
way around.
the only let's hear it again. I'm having trouble following.
The only thing worse, I'm my brain is just scrambled today. You must think I'm a total idiot.
No way. No way, man. You're good. You're a good guy.
The only thing worse than no deal is a bad deal.
The only thing worse than no deal is a bad deal.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that it would just eat you up if, you walked away from something that you felt was unfair?
Would it eat me up? Probably not. I
Hmm.
mean, I'm not sure I think
It
too
wouldn't.
much about it.
Well, so something. There's never been a time where you felt like you got dealt a bad hand.
Mm, yeah, sure. Why not?
You can relate to that.
Oh, yeah, I can relate to that. Oh, yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
how did that feel at the time when you got that bad deal?
It felt like, hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, life isn't fair as far as
Hmm.
I know.
Yeah.
So you
So
were you were proposing. What was it? What were the numbers you were proposing again?
51.49 in your favor.
51-49 in my favor.
That sounds like a
Wow.
good deal.
I mean, it really is a good deal. I got no complaints with that. Only I'm shorting
Hmm.
you. I'm shorting you a little bit here. So I think you're being shorted a little too much. Let's see. We can get closer to 50-50. I'm pretty sure. How would we do the math on that? Let's see. That is um. Can we break that up just a little bit more?
Oh man, you're a gent. I thought you were gonna like try and shaft me for the whole 10K, man. You're a
No,
thanks, brother.
no way, no way, man. There's no point in that. I think we can get close to 50-50 here. Let me see. What would the math on that be? 40?
Like 51.9 and 14. I was always terrible at maths.
Yeah, me too. But I'm pretty sure here. Let's see. We can probably work this out. Let's see. No. Uh,
50.1 versus 49.9.
yeah. If I could only do the math myself. Well, you know what? What do you plan on doing with your share?
Mm, holiday,
Holiday.
holiday. What about you? Yeah, yeah. What about you?
Hmm. I don't know. Might pay some bills. I mean, some of my family members do have some medical bills that need to be taken
Mm.
care of, and
Oh man, yeah. I mean, health before wealth.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Health is wealth.
Um, a vacation, like what are you thinking? Maybe you can inspire some new ideas for me.
No, honestly, if I was in your shoes, I think nothing's more important than health. Would you disagree?
Uh, no, no. I mean, health is, yep, at the top of the list.
Mm,
Having a good
mm,
time helps. Maybe,
yeah,
maybe, maybe instead of giving the money to the hospital, I mean, the bills are there, right? We're constantly paying on
yeah,
those
yeah,
things. Maybe take everybody out for a good time. That seems to, happiness is healing, as far as I know. And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, maybe a Hawaiian vacation or something like that. I don't know. What were you thinking? Like, what's your ideal location?
Mm. Yeah, somewhere hot and sunny, I think. But yeah, so what do you think? You ready to shake?
I'm ready to shake. Yeah, so, I mean, sounds good to me. You're willing to go about it that way. I find that more than agreeable.
Awesome. Wow, it's a pleasure doing business with you.
A pleasure doing business with you too, Ryan.
All right, take care.
All right, man. Take care.
Wow, that was good. You guys didn't really negotiate, or maybe in a
Oh
different
man,
way.
I felt like a jerk with the whole medical thing. I was like, oh
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, this guy obviously has a need for it, and there I am going off on holiday. But yeah,
yeah. This was totally different from the one that we had earlier. So, how do you guys feel?
yeah, pretty
That,
good. I mean, this is what I would do in that situation. If it came up in real life. So
that's the same for me. If I wasn't, I'm feeling a little bit on the spot. I would have tried to adjust the numbers. I mean, because the rules are we can't do exactly 50-50, but I'm pretty sure there's some change in there, and everybody can be as close to 50-50 as possible. I did try to open with what I know to be the fairness doctrine, so I put the fairness out there first. Prioritizing, how he feels in the negotiation, and really genuinely wanting to get as close to 50-50 as possible. Um, yeah.
So, how did you feel getting that extra 1%?
Oh, that was incredible. That was awesome. I felt like I got gifted in a major way. Yeah, I was pretty happy with that.
I love that.
Yeah.
And, and Ryan, what made you gift him that extra 1%?
um, I don't know. Just do you know what? It's a couple of $100 either way. I mean, imagine not going first and then arguing like, well, what if I get a little bit more? What if you get a little bit more? And then imagine we don't come to a deal. That would really be no deal. Really would be a loss for both of us. So,
Yeah.
do you know what? By giving a little bit and maybe by losing, a couple of $100 out of, a $10,000 total, it's
Mm-hmm.
really that would really have been the loss for me.
Okay, so
So
what if this was $100 million deal? Do you think you would have gifted him that extra 1%?
a million. I think
Yeah.
100 million.
It's a good question. I don't know.
That's
I think they
100,000.
I think they still would have split because I think they would have been comfortable with their remainder.
For me, for the parameters of the exercise, yeah, that's I would also be inclined to do something like that. That's when he was talking about where it sounded like he was almost willing to accept no deal. That's why I was like, "Are you sure?" That's kind of trying to flesh that out. Like, is that really what you? Because if we could both just lose, that seems more terrible to me than to really just kind of like try to split things as close as possible.
All right, it's feedback time. Who would like to go first?
I go first. Do you mind?
No, go for it, Attila.
Yes. Thank you, Shoran. Thank you. So Jeremiah, that was amazing in the beginning. If I treat you unfairly, please let me know. We go back to where it happened and we fix it. That's perfect. I really like it. Then Ryan was talking about somehow you guys came up to the bad deal, and how do you feel if you had a bad deal before? And Ryan was focusing his feelings. So how would you feel if you make a bad deal? And that was smart. And Jeremiah's was, it's more important to get a good deal and make the other feel better than get a bad deal and everybody feels not good. So that was pretty good. And Jeremiah's was changing the subject all of a sudden, how the numbers works. So if Ryan could have go down deeper on that deal, because Jeremiah said, yes, I had that kind of deal in the past. So if you could have go deeper, how did he feel, how it happened, how would he change it or whatever, somehow get deeper, that would probably made a deeper rapport. But that was a good idea anyway. So, and Jeremiah's was one time was talking, maybe actually a few more times. I think it's a good deal. I think it's fair. I think it's that. So instead of saying would that be a bad idea to say, do you disagree it's a bad deal or good deal? So not focusing your ideas, what you think, but ask the other one how he thinks or feels about the deal instead of putting yourself first.
Right on.
So
Thank you, Attila.
so that's
I got so excited that he that he was giving me the extra.
yeah. So that's the feedback. That was amazing.
Well, thanks, Attila. Florin, what do you think? Looks like Florin's busy. Adeline? I guess Adeline is practicing her
Yeah.
accusation audit.
I'm pretty rusty, I have to say. So it's I was just marveling on how smooth the whole conversation was. This is where I am, and but both sides were really giving to each other. That's the for me an interesting dynamics. How that happened.
Dan, Freddie.
Yeah, for me, only thing I wrote down was Ryan's. I liked his no-oriented question about health and emotional wise. Like I felt Jeremiah was skeptically nervous. His speech of rate was like a machine gun. I'm like, which is what salespeople do. You know, you talk a lot, so you don't allow your counterpart any chance to think, and it kind of worked. You know, if you play this back, yeah, you'll hear Jeremiah doing a lot of talking, and you'll hear Ryan doing a lot of listening, and then that's why I like that no-oriented question really stuck out with health. And yeah, Jeremiah felt like he walked out with a good deal, and he did. He won the negotiation, so he felt like he won. And yeah, Ryan. Yeah, I think he could have. He had 4 minutes left. I think he could have stretched them out longer and I think he could have reversed it, but somehow he's now caring about people. I don't know what. Because he was really happy with that. And he goes, you know what? I'm gonna leave it like this. Let's lock it in. And I like that he like a pattern interrupt, right? I like that he just straight up said, "Hey, let's shake on this." Right? Like I'm good with this. Just lock it down.
Well,
Yeah, I would
wow,
like to see Ryan stay in the pocket longer and try to finesse a little more.
you
I
really
can
paid
add to
attention to little things, Dan.
What?
You really paid attention to little things.
Oh, thanks, man.
So I can add to what Dan said. I think there was two negotiations in this mock. There was a Ryan negotiation as assertive and Jeremiah being negotiation as accommodator. And then Jeremiah switched to analytical, was focusing on number two. And I think, Ryan, you could approach slightly different during those moments, but you were clear in the beginning. You set the expectation in terms of the numbers. Jeremiah trying to use more reciprocity principle. He elevate you really nice. Oh, I like that deal, but we can do better. That was a good phrase. What I didn't quite understand is when you said about the health, that was almost after the done. It was almost done. So do you have any outcome in your mind when you asked that? Is there any reason why you didn't ask more questions before sending the offer? That's the questions to Ryan.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I just got in the lift and I lost like 10 seconds of signal.
Yeah, so you asked the question about health in the end. Is there any specific reason, or do you have any outcome for that? Is there a reason why you didn't ask early before sending the offer?
I suppose that's interesting because I didn't want the reason for spending the money to be the lever as to who got the money. I wanted the lever for who got the money to just be like,
Oh man, his Uber driver just killed him.
Well, Scott, if you're still with us, we would love to hear your feedback.
I'm still here. I don't know what to say. I think I come at this exercise from a little bit different of a perspective. I tend to think of it like we're being given this gift of $10,000, and we can both experience the full joy of the $10,000, or we can split it half 50-50 or as close to 50-50 as possible. And I see most everyone going for the, well, how do we arrive at a difference of $1? Like, seriously, I have to wonder, how is that any different than splitting the difference?
No, that's a great observation. I think everyone's aiming for that close to 50-50 split. Maybe on the next one, we could do like a minimum of 60-40. What do you guys think?
Or maybe since most of us have kids, we can maybe do parenting rights or something like that, so we can like split 50-50.
I'm sorry, I missed that, Freddie. Could you say that again?
Yeah,
No, I
no,
was
I
just
like where
joking,
Freddie
maybe.
said. No, it's a good point.
Uh,
Like, yeah, if you're going to custody, whatever, there's no 50-50. One gets a little more than the other.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, like
never,
in the
I
last
mean, it
one,
can be, but it usually isn't.
well, in the last one, obviously Ryan, technically won. I mean, Jeremiah technically won because he got the most money on the higher split. But as a negotiation, yeah, they both kind of lost in a way by splitting the difference and have joy. But if Jeremiah really felt good and excited about it, so
Yeah, for a
Yes.
moment I felt Jeremiah would ask for more, but then he said, let's get even more closer to 50-50.
Oh, I think Jeremiah was trying to give him some back because he felt kind of bad about winning. All right.
I felt like there was some empathy that Ryan was projecting when he heard about, the health. And I think at that point, Jeremiah could have said, would you be opposed to, helping me out, letting me get some of these bills paid off to get my family, help my family get healthy? And I feel like Ryan might have been like, yeah, I don't mind that. I'm glad to help you out, man. I'm glad to help out a guy that's in trouble that I can see actually need